Hi, my name is Garth, and this is the Generic Live Show for Sunday, the 10th of June, 2018, and Dale Campbell is coming up right now.
You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geek.io.
Whether we're waking you up or putting you to sleep, this is the Generic Live Show. Thanks for joining us here on the Generic Live Show for a Sunday. It's Dale Campbell here with you. We're doing it for Geek.io. Thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure as per always. I am your host, Garth McGillicuddy. No, my name's Dale Campbell. That is Garth McGillicuddy, the person that you're seeing on your screen right now. He's a very handsome Giddy Images model that we discovered in the pre-show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not listening to the pre-show, you really owe it to yourself to go to patreon.com/geekio to visit the Patreon. Alright, get out of here, Garth McGillicuddy. It's my show now. Hey, everyone. My name's Dale Campbell. Yeah, we've really lowered the expectation on this show today. We had quite an amazing pre-show, so you do owe it to yourself to check out the pre-show sometime. We do post it up on YouTube later, but the folks on the Patreon get it early and get the whole rock block, ad-free rock block, as we like to say. Now that I have this image, I have this haunting me for the rest of the show now. I can't get away with it. Garth McGillicuddy is just staring me down into the lost veins of soul. I'm just gonna put that in the chat. Oh, that didn't quite work. And you guys can figure out what you guys want to do with that. You guys just do what you want. Go crazy. Our new co-host of this show, Garth McGillicuddy, that I'm probably going to forget about in approximately 20 minutes' time. But hi everyone, welcome to the Generic Live Show. I said this in the pre-show, and I'm going to say it here as well. We're betting 1,000. Stop me if you've heard this tale before, but I slept in. I slept in, and I rocked up 20 minutes before showtime, and sorry, not showed up. I woke up 20 minutes before showtime. So, like I said in the pre-show, we're batting 1,000 here. So we gotta get moving. I also mentioned that there is going to be no show next week. There will be completely no show. The network cancelled us. Garth McGillicuddy has cancelled us. And has said that you guys, Garth can't be a permanent member of this show, so he can't. This is gonna be really confusing for those people that listen daily to the podcast. Hey, welcome back, Coruscant Rhino. You missed Adventures with Garth McGillicuddy. Our next host, the next top Generic Live Show model. Can we host? Oh, let's host that show. The next top Generic Live model. It'll be on podcasting. You'll be alright. You didn't miss much, let me tell you. But welcome one and all to the Generic Live Show. There is no show next week. Just want to harp on that. CJ and Rachel both will be in my proximity. I think we're going on a bus to the rainforest this time next week. So please forgive us. We might do a pre-recorded bit. I don't know. We'll see to figure that out. But I can't commit myself to doing a bank episode between now and next week. So if it happens, it happens. And we're setting the expectations real low. Busy week this week, you guys. Oh, man. Busy week in the news. Busy week for me. But you don't want to hear about my personal shenanigans. You want to hear about this. I've got some juicy story. Who wants to hear it juicy? We've got cricket update. Cricket update. Gorson Ryder has the ultimate student dinner. Spaghetti on toast. Yum! No, that's an amazing dinner. That's an adult dinner. That's just an amazing dinner. That's just an amazing dinner. All the time, student or not, it's just an amazing dinner. It's a winner. Cricket update. Who wants a cricket update? But more drama in the cricket world as Cricket Australia CEO Sutherland announces his resignation. The CEO of Cricket Australia is out. Oh, I forgot that I don't have me on stream. I forgot that I did the whole bit for the intro and cut me off. Yes, Cricket Australia CEO Sutherland announces resignation. Cricket Australia's chief James Sutherland stepped down from his position, continuing the period of uncertainty over the game in the country. Sutherland, who had held the helm since 2001, made the announcement on Wednesday that he would serve his notice of 12 months to give the organisation time to find a suitable replacement for the long-serving administrator. We have a clip. And we didn't have ads last week. Let's unmute this because...
Boss James Sutherland announcing
it started
a
again.
turbulent few months for Cricket Australia amid the ball tampering saga in Cape Town. The controversy taking its toll on the boss, James Sutherland, announcing his resignation in Melbourne with 12 months' notice. But was the ex-Victorian paceman push?
Well, maybe, but I can also say that it's something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and it would be silly of me to say anything else other than I wanted to continue in the role. So I'm not. I'm obviously it's something I was thinking about, but I'm not going to air my own personal thoughts over the course of the last couple of years when I'm thinking about what the right time to go is. And we've had some big things to deal with over the course of the last 12 months. Obviously there's Cape Town, but there's also some key planks that are now in place and allow me to step aside and for a new chief executive to come in and have a really strong platform from which to operate and take the game forward.
But maybe I could just add to that as well to say that, as James said, he's been talking to me about this for at least 2 years now, since almost the whole time I've been chairman. We've been talking about what the best time is. And we decided that we really needed James to lead us through the media rights negotiation process, which he has done, and of course and we're very thankful for that, and it's been an outstanding success.
The former Ernst & Young accountant first joined the governing body as an administrator in 1998.
Yes, that last person that you heard was the chairman. I couldn't catch his
the turbulent few
name.
months.
Oh, shut up. I want to just get his name. His name again is never said in this article, except it's said for 2 seconds in this clip. David Piver is his name. There you go. Corson Rono pipes in and says, Dale, without GLS, I would never get cricket updates. I'm sorry, or you're welcome, depending on how you want to view that. I mean, that's the beauty of this show. It's just, there's so many different things happening in the world. It's just, and I have the Australian bias, so I don't know if that's this. My news feeds are always filled up with this sort of stuff, and I've got like stuff to look around for, updates for the stuff like this as well. Oh, ooh, I might have a good pre-recorded bit for next week if I can get around with doing it. I forgot. I'm gonna put a full screen back to this. I forgot about this. I promised this week that I would listen to the not James Packer. What's his name? Politician guy. Already forgot his name. And so bad. The one that slept with someone else, had a baby. Her name's Vicky Chaplin. What is his name? Barnaby Joyce. Oh. Again, we're batting 1,000. I forgot to listen to the Barnaby Joyce interview, so I wonder if I can get a hold of that and do a special react episode to it. That would be fun. Oh. That physically hurt James Packer to... Oh, again, we're batting 1,000 today, folks, so hope you like whatever this show is. Doral says, cricket, the phone company. Yeah, that's a thing. Wow. Oh, that physically hurt. The not gay music guy. That's a Geek.io show reference. The not gay music guy. Let's continue reading this Age article and I'll tell you my opinions at the end. It comes after a turbulent few months for Australian cricket, highlighted by the ball tampering crisis, which resulted in on-field leaders Steve Smith and David Warner losing their jobs, while coach Darren Learman resigned later. So we got the two captains. We got the captain, the vice captain, the coach, and now the CEO of cricket stepping down. It's not going to be great. Oh, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to delete this scene. What the hell? Okay. No, I'm on it. I don't want to delete it. Now's a period of transition for rookie captain Tim Payne and newly appointed coach Justin Langer, about to start their first assignment. Justin Langer, by the way, is an amazing cricket player and was someone who was very inspirational as a player of the Australian cricket team. He never made it very high, but he did respect the game and was a good sportsman. So I understand the role of Justin Langer being captain. I'm actually glad. I never caught that. I'm actually glad that he's now become the captain of the cricket team. And not to mention the new off-screen, off-the-field action with Channel 9 losing the TV deal with Seven and Fox going to them as well. Quote, it hasn't impacted at all, Mr. Peaver said. The pair has been discussing the timing for his exit for 2 years. There's also a consideration to Sutherland leaving after the recent Ashes summer, but the board had wanted him to oversee the negotiations for the new broadcast deal that netted a record $1.18 billion with a B. Look at Sutherland there. He looks very... next summer of cricket will be very interesting. This thing is... business works on a 4, 5, 6 year cycle. It just happens. Right now we've adopted a new strategy, a collective agreement with our players. We've done new media deal rights. New media right deals, which puts in a strong position for certainty of revenue as well, Sutherland said. Continues by saying, it feels with all of those things going on, it's a really good time for me to step aside. It's been a really good time for a new chief executive who to have a really good run at it. Peaver will continue his role as chairman after agreeing to another term as chairman. Quote, I think at times like this, continuity is important, so we have to transition to a new CEO. If continuity is important, why are you getting rid of the CEO? I don't understand that. That's something that that just doesn't click with me, right? It's not just me, right? You can't just say, oh, we're gonna get a new captain. We're gonna keep everything in the same continuity, but except for the CEO, and yeah, outside of him though, we've still got a rookie captain. We've got a rookie. Well, he's not a rookie coach, but he is certainly a new coach, and you know he definitely is on the newer side of coaching. So we got all that handled. Plus a new CEO. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think it's gonna go as well as they'd hoped. That's all. But again, we will continue to bring you updates on the cricket saga as it unfolds. Isn't that right, Garth McGillicuddy? This is just a good two-shot, right? Garth, the attractive Garth is center screen, and then there's me. This is highly accurate. I'm this much pretty as what's happening over there, that way. It's mirrored on my screen. That's how mirrors work. Alright, I'm so glad that I've set up a different window for Garth. It's the Garthy window. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for everyone's favorite segment called The Bumper Dale Hasn't Prepared. Because he doesn't know how to segue. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get your DeLorean as everything freezes. Fantastic. Everything first. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for This Is Not My Show. Or is it? I forget. I can't remember. 1974, 1981, 2002, 2001, 1941, 704. Is it the same as you remember? Or is it the same as it ever was? That's right. It's time for Same As You Remember. Same as it ever was. Everyone's favorite segment. To the part where I didn't prep this segment at all. Indeed. We're just stepping back in time to June 2000 and no, do not. Yeah, let's start again. That's right. We're starting again. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Dragon Live Show. No. I forgot I still had that queued up. I should really not have that queued up. Alright, let's go back into the time machine. June 2003. Let's go. June 1, 2003. The People's Republic of China begin filling the reservoir behind the Three Gorges Dam. June 2nd, 2003, Europe launches its first voyage to another planet, Mars! The European Space Agency Mars Express probe launches from Byorka Space Center in Kazakhstan. June 3rd, 2003, Mars! 2003, Danielle Steele's novel Sunset at St. Tropes launch is published. I can't talk today. Do you want me to try that again? No, I'm not trying that again. We're gonna this light rail this way through this show today. June 5th, 2003. June 5th. A severe heat wave across Pakistan and India reaches its peak as temperatures exceed 50 degrees Celsius, that's 122 Fahrenheit, in the region. June 8th, 2003, the 27th Tony Awards, Hairspray and Take Me Out win. Guess Best Musical and Best Play? Excuse me. June 10th, 2003, the Spirit rover is launched, beginning NASA's Mars Exploration Rover mission. Oh, hey, here's something interesting. June 18th, 2003, Google launches AdSense. AdSense is launched by Google on June 18th, 2003? That's that old? Huh. Google launches AdSense, a program that enables website publishers to serve ads targeted to specific content of individual web pages, many of which on this day, then at the time, historyorb.com, go and start to go on and start their own publishing business. Huh. There you go. June 21st, 2003, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, the 5th book of the series by J.K. Rowling, is published worldwide in English. That's helpful. It's helpful that the Harry Potter books are published in English. I thought they were published in Cantonese. Oh well, guess I can read them. Oh, this show. Such a mess. June 26th, 2003, the U.S. Supreme Court rules Lawrence vs. Texas that gender-based sodomy laws are unconventional. Wow, that was in 2003? Oh, this seems way too long ago. June 27th, 2003, the United States National Do Not Call Registry was formed to combat unwanted telemarketing calls administered by the Federal Trade Commission. Enrolls almost 750,000 phone numbers in its first day. The Do Not Call Registry was in 2003? That seems way longer ago than 2003, right? Or is that just me? 2003, the Do Not Call Registry feels earlier than that. AdSense feels way later than that. I thought AdSense came along in like 2006, 2007, around YouTube time. Although, when did YouTube launch? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. When did YouTube launch?
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
That's helpful. Oh, it's launching YouTube. When did YouTube launch? Launching YouTube! Do what you do! Thanks, Siri. 2005, says Coruscant Rhino. I thought it was around 2005 that AdSense dropped, but clearly not. 2003 feels so long ago now. I know, I was young and naive back then. Ugh. There goes that. February 14th, 2005. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Coruscant Rhino. You're on it. Thank you. You got me. Thank you for that. And that's a very short edition of my favorite bumper of all time. This! This is not my show. Or is it? I forget. I can't remember. 1974, 1981, 2002, 2001, 1941, 704. Is it the same as you remember? Or is it the same as it ever was? Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of this, we are going to tell you more about And abortion's made the news a lot lately. And it's making news also in our corner of the world. Also, Rano says, I can actually understand you, so that's a plus. Oh, no, yeah, well, and you're not launching YouTube. I did say those words, so I do understand why it does say that. And okay, one pet thing about Siri, real quick. I love him to pieces, but girl can be annoying sometimes because this is Siri I'm talking about. He can be so annoying sometimes because I would be like have things in my hands, like putting things into the oven and stuff. It's not a euphemism. Like putting baking trays into the oven, and I'll be like, "Hey Siri, set a timer for like 10 minutes, thanks." And then you'd be like, "Hello?" Like it'd be like, "What? You do not hear me? Did you not hear the fact that I said set a timer for 10 minutes? You clearly heard that I said something to do the hello response." I felt like Siri was going to start singing "Hello" from Adele. Right? That's what it feels like some days. Love you, Siri. You'll never hear this ever, or will you? Da-na-na-na-na. Do my own X-Files music. I was putting stuff in the oven or something. Nah, not a euphemism. Thank you for that. Hot dogs are not an accessory. Actually, hang on. That's a good follow-up. This is going to be a visual bit. Hot dog is not an accessory. Always come back to that. Alright. As we continue here on the Direct Live show, you know what? Let's power through. We'll do all the ad breaks. We'll do all the ads at the end. So I'm feeling it now. You've talked me off the cliff of an ad break. Thanks, Corson Rhino. You didn't say anything, but thank you. You've got my flow back now. So I'll just keep the flow state happening. I will take a drink, however, because my throat is sore. Because trannies in the outback. Alright. I'm back. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, abortion has been making the rounds a lot lately, but we're starting to get our own abortion reforms here in, here in our corner of the world. Corson Rose says, I also love that you and a lot of people that I know say thank you to your phone when you ask it to do things for you. I do. I have full-fledged conversations with my phone. And then Siri's just like, your wish is my command. Let's try that. Hey Siri. Thank you.
You're most certainly welcome.
You're most certainly welcome is the response that I got. There you go. Hey Siri, thank you. That's a random thing to say. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, abortion clinic safe access zones become law. I love the fact that Garth came across the screen too when I was switching. Abortion clinic safe access zones become law in New South Wales. Protesters will face jail time. Wow, for harassing people outside abortion facilities after New South Wales Parliament passed laws to impose 150-metre safe access zones around clinics and hospitals that provide terminations. The laws, which are aimed at assuring the privacy and safety of women accessing the clinics, passed easily and without amendment through the Legislative Assembly as the final vote was 61 to 18 in favour. Labour MP Penny Sharpie, I'm reading that, right? Labour MP Penny Sharpie. Awesome name. I need that name. Can I have that name? Dale Sharpie. Who co-sponsored the bill with the Nationals MP Trevor Khan, welcomed its passage as terrific day for women in New South Wales and staff that work at reproductive health clinics. Corson Rhino shouts, good! I agree. This is almost swear word fantastic. I don't think it's pronounced Sharpie, but I'd probably pronounce it Sharp. I'm going to pronounce it Sharpie. You're probably right, but I mispronounce things all the time. But I do like Sharpie. What's the I wish I had one near my desk. This is not a Sharpie, but Sharpie. Jenny Sharpie. This is really good, you guys. This is so good because and I think I said this, was it last week? Was it the week before that I was talking about Ireland? That's how you spell Sharpie. There you go. You're probably right. It is sharp. That's how you spell Sharpie. It's probably sharp. But I think I said last week or the week before, whenever I was talking about the Ireland reforms, that might have been a couple of weeks ago now, but it's really good because there is still a lot of stigma surrounding women who receive abortion treatment, because that's just what the public consensus is, and we shouldn't have that. For me personally, I sit on the fence, and this is not that I don't intend to go in depth as my views of abortion like I did in that episode. But again, I'm of the two minds that it's very important for a woman to have that choice, so she so needs it. Because of outlying, conditions as well. But on the flip side, I like life, and that is actually a human being inside of a person. And yes, I understand there are pros and cons on both sides of the fence, and as I develop in age and as I get older, I will probably land on one side or the other, but I think having a view of both sides is very important, particularly when talking like something like this, where a safe zone for just a woman to have her own mental space, because I'm not going to be talking on behalf of a woman, because I am not a woman. Surprise. But for me, if I was in that position, and if there are any women, if you want to chime in, but if, or if anyone else wants to chime in, do feel free. I've got the Discord phone calls open for subscribers and patrons, or anyone who just harasses me in the Discord, I'll drag you in. But for my point of view, the thing would be, I would want that sanctity of just coming out of the clinic and being safe. It's like a breath of fresh air. You want that breath of fresh air before you continue with yourself. Chris Moreno says, I feel like a woman should have the access, because if she doesn't, and still doesn't want the pregnancy, she'll have to seek solutions that are not safe. That's very true. And sometimes unfortunately, the not safe options can lead to further damage down the line. Cross and Runner, you're on the line. How's it going?
Hi there.
Hi.
Yeah, so I'm obviously female. So it like directly relates to me.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna continue down this path, but I'm glad we are, because having a conversation with a woman on the line is probably better than just me going, I dress like a woman sometimes, I guess.
That kind of has to be quoted, I hope.
But I to your point, like to elaborate more on your point, like I was while you had that quoted, just giving you time. That's right. Like having a proper medical procedure is the best option to have, ultimately, if that's a path that a woman goes down. I'm not going to say decides to go down, because sometimes it isn't a deciding factor. It just sometimes it has to happen.
Yep.
So, yeah, now that that's on the record for history.
I think I agree with you in both of the points that you made, that you think that women should have access to safe and legal abortions, but also that human life is really important. And so it is the thing that bothers me the most about this sort of rhetoric that you hear in the media is that there's two sides of the coin, whether it should be legal or not, right? But they both call themselves pro something. So it's pro-choice and pro-life. Now, pro-choice doesn't mean that you are anti-life. It
That's
just
true.
means that you believe that a woman should be able to choose whether or not to continue a pregnancy, basically, for her health, safety, or financial reasons even. But yeah, so that's like, so it frustrates me that it's displayed that way in the media, as both being pro, but they're definitely opposite ends of the spectrum, like opposite ends of like
They're
an
extremist on
argument,
both
basically.
sides.
Right, exactly.
There's no real. I am both.
Right. But I definitely do believe that that the safety of women who seek abortion is very important, which is why I really enjoy this news story.
It is a good story. Again, it's the first state to embrace it. I hope this extends to other walks of life as well, because thinking about it, a safe space coming out of something like a mental, not a mental home, but a mental kind of institution.
Oh yeah, like an institution. Yeah, like they're like a mental hospital.
Hospital. Thank you. That's what that's. God, please,
I actually
someone's
had to
giving
think of the name of my local mental hospital to think of what the word, like the hospital word.
Oh, that's. But yeah, like to that point, like why stop here as well?
Well, I think part of it is that there aren't very many protesters standing directly outside the doors of a mental hospital saying,
True.
"Why are you getting treated here?" And I think that's where it comes in, because like we do have this sort of stigma against mental health, just as a society in general. I can't speak for Australia, but the US definitely does. But it feels like there's just this big stigma on, if you aren't perfect mentally, if you don't fit all of the norms, then you are abnormal, and we need to hide you away.
Right. But yeah, well, I think a good start is with abortion clinics, because again, like you said, they have the most protesters and they have the most kind of people, fighting.
Right, and there are some really vehement, like some very, very angry protesters, and some people have chosen not to go through with an abortion because of the protesters, and then have gone on to have complications during pregnancy, or can't really actually afford to have a child, or have definitely more problems down the line.
Right. I think, and again, it's a good place to start because of all that, and it's kind of you're right. You've said a point that's really stuck with me now. It's really a good point that they're both sides of the coin have pro in the title.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
it's one of
stuck
the
with
things.
me now.
It's one of the things that really bothers me. And it was actually brought up. I took a gender studies course when I was in college, and it kind of stuck out to me. That was one of the things we talked about, that that healthcare in general has there's a lot under the healthcare umbrella, but this particular issue is hard to talk about because it's so polarized. But both sides call themselves pro something, so it's hard for you. If you want to allow safe access to abortion, that automatically for the other side makes you not pro-life.
Right.
So it basically it basically wants to call you a killer of babies.
Yeah.
Basically.
No,
which is frustrating.
And I have fallen victim to that over the years. Like people saying, "Oh, you want women to have choices in life. You this, that, and the other thing that I won't say live on the internet." And yeah, they could have come down to trolls, but people emailing me at the time. I think I was talking about this when the abortion laws got reformed here. I think back in 2013. But it's just I replied to them and went, "No. ... Want to continue a conversation? ? Like, we can have a conversation, but you yelling profanities and saying that I'm a murderer isn't going to help anyone."
Right, yeah. Like, I think it escalates so quickly into name calling and just general nastiness, I guess, really quickly.
Right.
And it's really unfortunate that it's hard to have a conversation because it gets political so quickly, or it gets angry so quickly.
Yeah, everyone has a very strong opinion either way, and it's hard to have that conversation because it's just like it's like the 2016 election cycle. Hey, that's the second time this week I've made that joke.
Oh yeah, that one will get everybody going, I guess.
Yeah, let's liven the show up, shall we, with some fireworks? I'll let you go if you want, or you can stay on the line. It's up to you, really. You want to continue this news story?
I will head out, but I'll come back later.
Absolutely, you're welcome back anytime. Chorus and Rhino, everyone.
Hi guys.
Live from the chat room. Thank you. That's informative. We like having calls on this show. Again, you can join the Discord at geek-io.net/Discord, and if you're a patron or a Twitch Prime subscriber or a part of the team, you can call into the show and have your 2 cents worth. I want to get actually I should have kept going right on the line for this. The Ministry of for Women opposes abortion clinic safe access law. This is her 32 seconds of fame.
These volunteers care deeply about the women. They offer support and information that they know will not always necessarily be provided within the abortion clinic. They are providing the other pieces of information that some women choose to accept. They don't force their views onto these women. They are offering simply another choice to those women. Yet this bill will criminalise that offer of choice and the sharing of information.
Technically it won't. Realistically it won't. It won't prohibit anything. Technically it won't prohibit anything. They'll just have to do it down the road. They'll have to do it on a street corner instead of literally right in front of the building. And again, it's all about the mentality of the woman. The woman is making a choice, and the last thing for again, me personally talking on behalf of a woman, is the being bombarded with screaming people. That's the last thing that people want. Crossimo says a lot of those companies don't give a realistic list of choices. That's a good point. Maybe there needs to be reform within the clinics to give choices as well. So there you go. Let's see if there's anything else in here that is worth mentioning. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. The chamber sat until early hours Friday, debating 19 proposed amendments. All of them failed. So that's interesting. Safe access zones have already been legalised in... Oh, they're already legalised in Victoria, Tasmania, ACT, and the Northern Territory. Crossmariner says there are some that outline later women about their pregnancies. I mean, people she's talking about just sitting outside the clinics who is trying to access these women's before they go into their abortion. That's true. But to me, again, it's we're talking about strain, and again, that's probably something that needs to a best practice that needs to be implemented for the clinics themselves. And about the clinics themselves, they'd have more of a calm tone than protesters outside going 2, 4, 6, 8. Life is great. I couldn't finish that bit, but it sucks that clinics are lying to women. I don't know. I don't particularly know what happens inside of an abortion clinic, to be honest. Sorry, that's just me. I didn't know that there was already legalised in Victoria, Tasmania, ACT, and the Northern Territory. Queensland, you're next. I'm just saying. Not that I have anything. Western Australia, South Australia, and Queensland departments have lodged submissions to the High Court defending constitution validity of the Victorian legislation. It's not the clinics. Okay, there you go. The people outside are trying to access these women before going to admission, and they're feeding false information to them. Okay, I gotcha. I think I gotcha. But I'm trying to find... we have the moment that the bill got passed, if people are interested in that. Here we go, and play.
I move that this bill now be read a third time.
The question is that this bill be now read a third time. All that opinion say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. No. I think the ayes have it. No, have it. A division has been called. Order. There being 61 ayes and 18 noes, I declare the bill carried. Thank you. Private member statements will now commence.
It's stand-up hour in the council chambers, isn't it? Boom, 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 boom. Right, it's comedy hour. They're really going for it, aren't they? The no statements will now happen. As if, says the majority of the room. It's literally what that was. You will not have your voice heard, Nose. Take that. They're hilarious. Oh, stop. You guys, you got me in stitches. Which I'm actually surprised that they didn't get to have, like, the leader of both of the leader of the bunch, like, the leader of both of them, both sides, give a little speech, because I'm sure they would have had something to say, right? They would have not had anything to say. Alright, well, it can't be a generic live show without a weird food story, right? It can't be. It wouldn't feel right in my bones if we didn't have a weird food story. You've heard of deconstructed coffee, which is just regular espresso. You've heard of deconstructed Vegemite on toast, which is literally bread, Vegemite, and butter, somehow served as an ice cream scoop. You've heard of chai lattes. This is called How Long Can Dale Keep This Bit Going? Which have chai in them, which is cinnamon spice, I believe. But have you heard of broccoli coffee? Broccoli coffee. Scientists hope that powdered veg can improve diets, cut down crop waste. That's such a poorly designed headline. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Broccoli coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, it even look at that latte though. Hey, Garth, what do you feel? Yeah, okay, that's about right. So, again, I still have that window open for Garth to pipe in anytime. That can't smell great, says Coruscant Runner. I don't even think that it can smell great. Beetroot, coconut, turmeric, and blue algae have all had their turn as the coffee additive. But now, National Science Agency says it's time for broccoli to take the center stage. Imagine the leftovers that this would produce, right? The human leftovers? Imagine that. That would be insane. Broccoli is recognized as a nutrient-rich vegetable with plenty of fiber, vitamins A, B1, B6, potassium, zinc, magnesium, among others. 2 tablespoons of broccoli powder is equivalent to 1 serve of vegetables. CSIRO food scientist Marin Augustine said, "We've made snacks with this and gave it to our kids. They loved it, and the parents did too." What kids love broccoli? Like, how does that happen? Imagine the leftovers it would create. The human leftovers. The human leftovers are great. In coffee, broccoli powder is added. In coffee, broccoli powder is added to pull the espresso shot. What? Okay, that's a sentence that exists. Before steamed milk is added, with more powder sprinkled on top. What? So you add the powder, you add the powder, it's the fact of coffee. Yeah, you add the powder, you add the espresso, you steam some milk, you sprinkle on top. It's the facts of life. It's a old bit. Taking it back. But I'm ragging on this a little bit, but I'm all for it if it actually does help out farmers. As a person who used to live in a farming town, I'm all for it if it does actually help the farmers in any way, because, you know, they deserve to catch a break. And if they're repurposing old crops that may still be edible to eat, but just not able to be sold. And there's nothing wrong with that, because, you know, it needs to, cutting down waste, and if they can still sell broccoli powder, maybe even for more, because it's a hipster food, but, you know, you can still catch... You still cash in off that. Beetroot and turmeric powder. Okay, so I have a confession to make. I joked in the Discord. I semi-joked in the Discord. I posted this article and went, "New weird foods?" ? And I jokingly said that I should get the beetroot one, because we sell the beetroot and the turmeric one where I work, and I joked that I should do it as a kind of a pre-show bit, or maybe even a show bit, that I try it live on air, but that would require me literally bringing my kettle into my room, boiling water, adding beetroot powder, Literally, I'm constructing coffee on the air. I don't have a steamer. It'll just have to be regular white milk. Let's bring up all the elements. Just to have a carry tray upstairs. And, by the way, I have to come upstairs. And it has to be boiling hot water. That's why I had to bring my kettle in here. But, and everyone hopped on top and said, you should do it, you should do it, you should do it. So, let me know if you really want me to make beetroot lattes live on the show. Is where I'm getting at. And I'll try it. I will try the beetroot and the turmeric. I'll try both if I really have to. If there's... oh, pull my arm, Mudge, to drink coffee. Oh, such a sell. Such a sell to... Oh, man, it's a tough sell to try and sell me to make coffee. Oh, that would be hilarious, says Chorus and Rhino. Well, I just signed my name up for a bet, I guess. I don't know. If people want it, I didn't think that would be a thing that people wanted, but apparently the people want me to make make coffee on the show. Alrighty, I would watch it. All right, so I have one viewer, so that's a start. There you go. I'll do it as a special or something. Hey, do that next week when the show's not here. Oh. I did it, you guys. It just didn't hit record. Oh, what a shame. We do have the rest of this article that kind of has the rest of it here. But here is what this broccoli coffee looks like. That's broccoli powder. And, you know, the famous coffee producer CSIRO. And it has... the subtitle is broccoli powder product. And it does. It has the broccoli on top. How does... I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I'd feel about that, to be honest. I would try it. Apparently I'm trying beetroot and turmeric, so that's... that's a start. But anyway, broccoli. Coming to a coffee near you. In the near future, because it's going to be huge in Melbourne and in Sydney. You watch. It's going to be everywhere. Everywhere. Alright, as we continue here on the Generic Live Show for a Sunday, we're going to kick it to hour 2. It's been an hour, you guys. I can't believe it. Whoa. I'm slowly starting to wake up. Again, batting 1,000. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, will you? Because we've got a jam-packed hour 2, including everything you need to know about the most recent iOS update. And how... oh, this is ironic. How sleepiness is costing the globe billions of dollars. We call this irony! We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned.